Alright guys, I'm sorry this week 3 update is so late, and I'm sorry there's no video intro. I'm actually lucky I managed to scrape together what footage I could, because something's going on with my computer. I've been trying to get this video edited for a whole week. Anyway, I did a sort of Five Below haul, and got some new things, and I also decided to join a gym, but since this series is only about TapOut, and my computer keeps crashing, I decided to make a separate video about that stuff when I can. Anyway, without further ado, here's my unfortunately slightly discouraging weekly weigh-in. Okay, we're back for week 3. Last week was 195 and a half? Yeah, 195 and a half. This week is 197.5. How does that make any sense? Well, let's do it again. No, 197.5. Scale likes that number today. Well, that's dumb. Yeah, I went up. However, I'm pretty sure why it looks like I gained weight as far as the scale is concerned. I wrote a blog post about it, and I won't get into a lot of detail here. But I started drinking protein shakes after my workouts because, if you follow my blog, you know that I'm usually absolutely starving after a hard workout anyway. The long and short of it is that protein helps build muscle and muscle helps burn fat, but muscle weighs more than fat, so added muscle will actually increase your weight. If you want to know more about how muscles help you lose weight, how much protein you should have in a day if you're trying to lose weight, and how many grams of protein you should have after a workout, check out my blog post on protein. I'll put a link down in the description box. But anyway, here are my clips from week 3. Alright, real quick again, because once again, late for work. This is becoming a habit. Cross-core combat today. It's Monday. Quick note about this band. I used it. I noticed that it's shorter than the band you get with TapOut, which actually made more resistance, and it was very difficult to use. I might try and see about getting the medium one, the lower one, because I think that one probably will be shorter too, so at least that'll add more resistance. This one was hard to use. Also, it smells really weird. I gotta figure out how to make this not stink. Like I said, cross-core combat. What happened today? I did more plank than usual again. I've been trying to force myself. I even went up into high plank today, which is where you push yourself, extend on the side, and it was horrible. But I did it, which I couldn't do it last week. Well, I probably could have done it last week, but I couldn't have done it for as long as I did this week. So, you know. Oh, I did a real push-up! I did a real push-up! Literally, it was literally the last thing I did, because the killer move for today was the grinder. Today was doing push-ups as fast as you could, which of course I did not do push-ups as fast as I could. And you go 10 wide, 9 tricep, 8 wide, 7 tricep, down to 1. On the very last tricep push-up, I went into plank and did a real push-up. So that was exciting. Yeah, I gotta work. Bye. Hi! So today was strength and force upper and ultimate abs. Still don't like doing 2 workouts in one day. I was really proud of myself. Today I did both killer moves. And let me explain. Killer moves are at the end of every workout, except for yoga. Yoga doesn't have a killer move. At the end of every workout I've done so far anyway, there's a killer move. It's a really hard move that really works out whatever we're focusing on for the day. And today was Karpenko curls and GFOs, which I'm assuming stands for gi flip overs. He doesn't actually tell us that, but in the beginning he tells us to grab our opponent's gi and then you flip over and knee strike. I don't know what you're knee striking, because I guess if you're throwing your opponent over, which that's not gonna happen, but if you had an opponent, and if by opponent I mean a baby or small child, because that's all I could ever. But if you had a baby or small child that you wanted to knee for whatever reason, you could grab and flip over. Oh, maybe it's a grab flip over. Either way. The Karpenko curls is basically you lay on the floor with your resistance bands in your hands and around the bottom of your feet, which you wrap around to raise the resistance, and you go like this. laying on the floor as fast as you can for a long time. Well, eventually it's really, really slow, really, really slow, really, really slow, really, really slow, then crazy again. So that's how that went. What else? I keep forgetting to mention I really like the heads-up display. Throughout the entire workout, there's a bar at the bottom, and it's a timer, and it tells you how much time you've got left for the entire workout to the far, well, I guess this direction for you guys. It tells you to the far left how much time is left in the entire workout, and then the bar progresses outwards as you're doing a move, and it tells you how much longer you have to do that one move. Which is both a blessing and a curse, I think, because I've definitely found myself looking at the clock and thinking, oh, there's only 5 seconds left of this move, I'm not going to finish it, or I'm going to stop now, or he's going to tell us to stop, so I don't need to do this. Yeah, not a good habit to get in. Try not to do that. I've been trying to get myself to stop. Also, Mike Karpenko liked superhero, because today we not only did Superman extensions, which I don't think I'm doing extensions right, because I could literally do an extension if you're supposed to do it the way I'm doing it. I could literally do an extension all day long. Basically, an extension, you lay on your stomach, and I don't know if there's some special thing I'm supposed to be activating that I don't know about, but basically you lay on your stomach and you bring your hands off of the ground. And sometimes he tells you to bend your knees and put your knees down, so your feet are in the air. And sometimes he tells you to touch your toes to the ground. But either way, I could probably sit for a very long time in that pose without, I don't feel anything, it doesn't hurt, or, well, not hurt, but it doesn't burn, it's not uncomfortable. I mean, eventually holding my arms up like that, or holding my feet up, probably, well, not even my feet, because I've watched TV like that before. Holding my arms up might bug me after a while, but otherwise, I could do an extension forever. So I think I'm doing it wrong. But anyway, we did Superman extensions, and then we did Spider-Man push-ups. Yeah, like we're walking up a wall. I don't know. No web slinging. I really need to write down what I think of. This is the problem. I think of things to tell you guys, and then I'm in the middle of the workout, so I don't stop to write it down or anything, because that would be dumb. But then, by the time I get to the end of the workout, I don't remember what I was going to say. And then, by the time I get to the end of my shower and getting dressed and all that crap for work, I really don't remember what I was going to say. I used the green band, the bright green band, a little bit. When we were doing like extensions like this, I used the green band, but it's a lot tougher to use that band. I think I'm definitely going to get the smaller red band. Anyway, I gotta go work, so... Hi! This one's gonna be quick because I'm not feeling so well today. Like, not that I don't feel well from the workout, today was plyo. And I had a really hard time with this today, actually. Today, I felt like I didn't do much. Like, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. But at the same time, I kept reminding myself, well, this is plyo. You don't do much of plyo anyway. But, I don't know, today it sounded like a cop-out to me. Like, I don't know why, but I tried to push, but I still ended up on the couch a lot. I didn't drink a whole, 2 bottles of water? 32 ounces, I think I only drank like 24 ounces. I don't drink out of bottles anymore. I don't have it in here actually, but I have a big container of water, I guess. I dug it out of my college stuff, and I've been drinking that because I only have to drink 2 of those a day, which seems like a much better number to me than 4 bottles of water. Today was the day where we were stealing our neighbor's TV at the end, and by stealing our neighbor's TV, I mean we were doing tuck jumps for a minute straight. At the very end, the killer move was tuck jumps. Listen, I couldn't even make myself do 1 tuck jump. It wasn't happening. I tried, I really tried, but I jumped once, nearly fell down, and decided that it's not worth hurting myself over. Not much to report today. I don't really hurt, except that I also don't feel well, so I'm not really focusing on if my body hurts, because I feel sick. I remember panting a lot today while I was working out. Breathing very heavily. A lot. Actually, a lot. But no, I think that's about it. See you with tomorrow's update. Okay guys, today we had Yoga XT, or Yogurt XT, as my uncle calls it, because he's ridiculous. Today, for the first 10 minutes, I did this workout exactly how they wanted me to do it. I could only do it for 10 minutes, but I did do it exactly how they wanted me to, with like plank and stuff. I was really excited. Afterwards, however, I had to modify just about every move. We had to do either to elbow or knees or whatever, and I couldn't stay in genie afterwards for an extended period of time because I was hurting. Now that I've rested for a little bit, my legs don't hurt anymore, and something really interesting to report. This week I'm having a really hard time figuring out if I can't do something, if something's too hard for me to do, or if I just think it's too hard and I can actually do it, is mostly because I can't really remember how much I did last week, but I always keep thinking I did more last week, so why can't I do as much this week? It's really starting to frustrate me, actually. However, usually when I stop doing something, it's because my legs are about to give out or something. So I think that's a good indication that I am doing as much as I can do. I just for some reason don't feel like I'm doing as much as I could be doing, which is a little disheartening, and I keep trying to push myself and I just can't do much more than I'm doing. I don't know why I have it in my head that I can, but I'm having a hard time. I did force myself to do more downward dog. I always confuse those two. I prefer it when he calls one cobra and one dog, because upward dog I always think is when, you know, you have your back up like this. But no, upward dog is when your face is up. And downward dog is when your face is down, whereas I would think because your body's down that this would be downward dog, but it's not. So that screws me up a lot, especially if I'm not looking at the screen, if I'm trying to do the moves and not look at the screen. Just because it's easier, it kind of hurts my neck to look up at the screen all the time, depending on what position my body's in. That got confusing and frustrated me. But I did do a lot more downward dog than I did last week. Because I remember saying last week that I didn't do as much downward dog, so I tried to force myself to do it as much as possible. I tried to force myself into plank as much as possible too, which didn't go very well because I did end up falling over a couple times. Alright, see you tomorrow. Bye! So it's Friday, legs and back, and I have some exciting-ish news. So I went back to Five Below and got this band. This is one lower resistance at Five Below. This is the first chance I've had to use it because Plyo doesn't use bands and yoga doesn't use bands. I used this band today when I was doing legs and back. Oh my, was there a difference. There was a difference, like, I really felt this workout today. I didn't get through the whole thing like I have been the past 2 weeks. I had a hard time with it today. So I guess if ever that happens to you and you're like, oh, this just became a good day. I like this day during this workout. Get a higher resistance band because you're not working yourself enough. Now I'm working myself. So I think I'm just gonna forego using the red TapOut band at all. I'm just gonna use this one instead. And then up my resistance to the green one, and then I also bought the black one, which is super heavy resistance. Hopefully by month 3 I'll be using that one. We'll see. Yeah, but it was too easy, so I went something so that I could come and get it, and I'm coming to get it. As for the workout, it's the same as it has been, besides it was tougher this week. I did a couple real push-ups. I did a little in plank in the beginning, we're talking. But by the middle to end, I was modifying to my knees and all that jazz, like I have been. But in the beginning, I definitely went for a stretch again, like I did yesterday with the yoga. I went for a stretch where I did everything exactly or almost exactly how they wanted me to do it. And then eventually, I think when I got to my first water break, I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'll talk to you guys later.